Hello my YouTube friends. I did a video recently about problems with YouTube live streaming. I got a lot of feedback in the comments where people are saying they're struggling to find an audience. And it's certainly not easy with live streaming to get noticed by YouTube. But it's not impossible either. Today, I want to go over the things that you can do to get YouTube to help you attract more people to your live audience. So let's get to it. My analytics say that 80% of the folks that watch my content are not subscribed. Am I doing something wrong? If so, let me know in the comments. But if you are looking for tools, tips, and tricks that can help make you a better YouTuber or live streamer, subscribe to the channel and click that bell so you don't miss any new content. It's totally free. I want to break this down into 3 phases so you can focus on each one separately as you work to gain traction. I find it really helps to separate it out. So if one aspect is working, it makes it a lot easier to focus on other parts that aren't. You can consider this your YouTube Live Success Handbook, and I'll try to break it down as much as I can. In the first part, it's the pre-live stream. What are the things that you can do to be sure your stream is all set up to get noticed by YouTube? Second, I want to talk about the things that you can do while you're live to make sure that you keep the folks that do find you and your audience continues to grow. Third, I want to talk about the post-live stream, things you can do to grow your audience with the content that you already made. Let's jump into the pre-stream. There's a lot to think about before you stream, not just the first time, but every time you stream. Now, I believe that everyone can find success on YouTube, but the days of finding it without a niche are over. You need the algorithm to help you succeed, and it can't help you if it doesn't know what your content is about. So pick a niche. Now that you have a niche, you might be thinking that you should build a fancy stream with lots of cool overlays and cool effects. Nope. None of that really matters. Make sure you have a machine that can handle a simple stream with a quality microphone. That's what you really need. When you first start streaming, keep it simple. It's really easy to be nervous and overwhelmed, especially if something goes wrong. And it probably will. That's part of the excitement of live streaming. Something always goes wrong. Create a general outline with talking points in your niche that you want to touch on for your stream. Don't go live without a plan. If you do, you're going to be sitting there with nothing to say. And if you aren't engaging people when they do arrive, they're going to be gone before you realize they were even in there because there's a delay. There's always going to be a delay. Even with low latency, there's a delay. And if you're not doing something or entertaining, the people come in and guess what? They're already gone before you even notice they're there. Once you have your subject, you want to open up your TubeBuddy and do some keyword searching on your topic. There are links in the description so you can check it out for yourself. And it's totally free. You definitely want to use this tool. When you click that link, this is what you're going to find right here. There are a couple of buttons that say install free now. It'll just download a quick plugin for your browser that will set this up for you. It's really pretty simple. Once you have it installed, this is what you're going to see. We can go up here to this little TB thing and we're going to select Keyword Explorer. Now we're going to type in the subject of our live stream up here in the top left. And for me, it might be something like OBS Studio. And you can see this gives you some information. Now mine says weighted. That's actually a paid part of the service. You don't really need that. You can do it as unweighted. Weighted just vets the information based on what you already do. Unweighted still gives you the information. They just don't know anything about your channel performance. Over here on the right, it allows you to see interest over time. You can select video topics up top and see some of the most popular video topics for what you're actually considering streaming for. Some of these could be great titles for your video and all that kind of stuff, but it allows you to select them. You're gonna see down at the bottom, it stores up all of your keyword searches. Let's try something that's out of my genre, maybe something in the outdoor department. So let's type in best tents for somebody who might be looking to do a live stream talking about the best tents that you can get out there. And you can see it gives us a score right here, the number of people searching for it and that kind of stuff. And we can scroll down and get information on other related search terms and that sort of stuff over here on the left. And the more we can hone this in, the better our score is going to be. But at the end of the day, what we're really looking for is something that kind of fits exactly what we want to talk about on our live stream. So we can select any one of these and it'll bring up a new one. This one's best tents for winter camping, and it's good, and it gives you our scores. We can go up here and view topics, and you could see that we can niche it down a little bit more or see what other titles were used. I really like how that works because this does all the work for you. Now we could go here and see the common tags. You're going to want to take 15 or 20 of these common tags once you decide on what your title's going to be and what keywords you're going to be using. You want to take some of these tags out, the ones that are most relevant to what you're going to be talking about, and write those down. And if we go up here, we can go to results, and this is going to show us the top 10 to 20, 30 videos for best tents for winter camping. So you can get an idea of what their thumbnails look like. Use this for ideas as to what you should do for your thumbnail. You want to not reinvent the wheel. You want to create thumbnails that you know are going to probably work pretty well. You can also go in here and take a look at what these folks do for their titling. What titles are working? There's a reason why these are the top 10 videos, so you want to use that same philosophy in your live stream. Try to follow the same kind of titling and the same kind of formatting that folks that are already successful are using. Just because it's a live stream doesn't mean that you can't give it a great title and a great thumbnail, and that's what you want to do. And that's a little bit of an overview on how easy Keyword Explorer is in TubeBuddy. It's awesome. Now we have some solid keywords and some thumbnail ideas. Add the title to your outline and create an epic thumbnail. Next, we want to schedule our live stream on YouTube. To schedule our stream, we're going to start out in OBS Studio. Up here in the top right, we're going to click the Create button and select Go Live. And that's going to bring us here. We just want to make sure Manage is selected over here on the left. We'll go up to the top right and we schedule our stream. If you've done other streams, you can just mirror those. We're going to create a new one so I can walk you through the entire process. Click Close on here, and you're going to want to put your title in here, and that's going to be the title that you already searched for. Then you want to add a description, and usually I like to start with my research title first, and then I want to add a plain English description of what I'm going to be talking about in my live stream, and we're going to try to use those keywords that we copied out. I mean, create sentences that use those terms. It helps YouTube define what you're going to be talking about. So use those keywords because we already know that they're searchable. And then we can scroll down here and select our category, whatever category it is that you're streaming. We're going to upload our thumbnail, which we created bespoke personally for this live stream, and we can put this in a playlist if we want to. And if we scroll down here, we're going to click Show More. You can select whether there's paid promotion in the video or not. If you're just starting out, there probably isn't. And then you want to go ahead and put your keywords in here individually. And these are the keywords that we wrote down out of TubeBuddy. These are the ones that are going to make it easy for YouTube to know what your live stream is about. And if we scroll down to the end, there's nothing else here. If we click Next, if you're monetized or not, you can decide how you want to handle it. We go to Customization. There are a couple of settings here. When you're first starting out, you're going to leave these exactly like they are. The next one is visibility. Over here, you're going to select whether you want it to be private, unlisted, members only, or public. You get to decide for yourself how you want it to be. You're probably going to be streaming to the public, so that's what you want to select. Then you can go down here and select the date and time that you would like to live stream. So make sure you select the visibility that you want if you're streaming to the public, and then go ahead and set your schedule. It'll automatically list it so people can start to set their reminders and come to your live stream. Once you're finished, we can click Done, and it basically takes us right to the streaming page. Now I like to go ahead and copy my stream key right out of this streaming page right here and paste it in my OBS. If I go into settings and then I go to stream, I can paste it right in here, and then I'm ready to go. As soon as the time arrives for this live stream, all I have to do is click Start Streaming, and we are live. It's that easy. Now, once you click Start Streaming here, up in the top right-hand corner back on the YouTube page, you are going to see a Go Live button. You'll have to click that to go live on YouTube. Also in the top right, we have this little arrow, and that is where you're going to be able to get the links to to your stream. The last thing you want to do is distribute your scheduled link to your social media platforms with the thumbnail as the image. If you have access to the community page on YouTube, use this as well. Be sure to put a brief description of what you're going to be talking about on your live stream. And now you're all set up to live stream. Next, let's talk about what you do during your live stream. Once you go live, you must be talking and engaging 100% of the time, whether there's someone in the audience or not. This is weird and uncomfortable. So is live streaming. It's something you have to get used to, and it will make you a better streamer. And trust me, it does get easier as well. When you do get people coming in, talk directly to them. Ask them questions about the current subject. Try to stay on topic as much as possible so your audience knows what to expect when you stream. A word on your chat. You're gonna get trolls, and you're gonna get people who just wanna get a shout out, and you're also probably gonna get sub for subbers. You need to take charge of your chat and be firm about what is and is not acceptable right up front, and get mods you trust to enforce it as soon as you possibly can. I can't even begin to tell you how important this is for your growth as a streamer. Once the chat goes off the rail, you're gonna lose your real viewers who come to enjoy you and the subject of your stream. The most obvious example I can give is that I used to watch a lot of female streamers on Twitch. They were amazing gamers and really entertaining. It didn't take long for these streamers to gain traction, and the next thing you know, they had an audience. It also didn't take long for guys to find these streams and just start asking questions about her dating status and telling her how hot she is and yada yada yada. Now, I totally get how this can be awesome for your ego. It does feel really good when someone says these things to you, and you don't want to be mean to these people either. But because it was allowed to continue instead of stopping it immediately, that's all the chat became. A week later, the chat was vomiting praise and date chat that had nothing to do with what she was doing on stream. So I stopped watching, and I know a lot of other people did too, because we weren't there for dating chat. Control your chat. It's up to you to keep your real audience entertained. The trolls and stuff aren't your audience. The more active your chat is, the better. A really active chat is a trigger for YouTube to share your stream. It means people are engaged. So be sure to say things and ask questions that engage your chat on topic. The last piece is that you don't want to be live longer than you need to be. When you've covered your points, finish out the discussion and end the stream. Maybe it's 20 minutes or it's 2 hours. Either way, you can only stay on topic and entertain for so long. So end it before it's too long. Leave them wanting more is always the best rule of thumb. It means they're gonna come back next time. Your first live stream may go awesome. A few people may show up and you have a lot of fun and log off on a huge high. Or it could go horrible. Nothing goes right, no one shows up, and you feel awful when you log off. Either way, you're gonna have 50 more of those before you start to not suck at it. So put this one in the bank and move on to the next. Now here's what you're gonna do after your live stream. If you did all the right things pre-stream and during the stream, you probably had a pretty awesome first stream. Now it's time to capitalize on that. If live streaming is the focus on your channel and not pre-recorded content, this section will be for you. Folks that do pre-recorded content are already doing on-topic videos to tickle the algorithm. Here's how streamers can do the exact same thing. You created an outline for your stream. Now you're going to download the stream and click it out to create content YouTube is going to share that drives people to your stream and your channel. Don't worry, it's not hard to do and it's totally free. I'm going to walk you through it. Here's how you're going to download the stream. To download your live stream, you're going to go into OBS Studio and Content. We're going to click on Live in the top. It should be right here. Just click the 3 dots and you select download. And this downloads it onto your system. It's that easy to get access to all your old content, by the way, as well. Now we're gonna edit it in DaVinci Resolve. It's totally free and there's a link in the description to download it and check it out for yourself. I'm gonna use one of my live streams to show you how easy it is to do this. This is gonna work for any type of stream and any topic. Here we are in DaVinci Resolve. We're gonna click New Project and we're gonna just name our project. And then we are going to click Create. Once Resolve is open, we're gonna click this edit button right here, and then I'm gonna go up to File and I'm gonna go to Project Settings. I just wanna make sure that our resolution is proper and our frame rate is proper. I like 24 as my frame rate just because it's more cinematic. You can choose whatever you want, but you just wanna make sure that your resolution is the same. Then we're gonna go and we're gonna drag our live stream in here. Then we're gonna drag it down to the timeline, and we can go ahead and just scroll through it, or we're gonna use this button right here, which allows us to zoom in and zoom out of our footage to see what we have. And what we're looking for is the first opportunity for us to clip something out and make a video out of it. So we are pretty much there right here. This looks like a good place, and you just want to kind of listen to it to make sure you're at the location that you want to be at. And I like to kind of scroll through and listen to the entire clip just to be sure that I'm going to be clipping out all the right stuff and that it's possible to clip it out. Depending upon what's going on in your live stream, it could be difficult, but this one's gonna work. So what I'm gonna do is put it all the way at the end of the clip, go ahead and cut it, and I use the red razor up in the center bar to do that. Then I'm going to select the beginning and I'm gonna go ahead and ripple delete that, and I'm gonna select everything after my clip and I'm gonna right click on it and ripple delete that. Ripple cut it, I guess is what the term is here. Then I'm gonna select the arrow and I'm gonna drag this out a little bit. So now we've got our clip showing what we wanna show. Now I'm just gonna go into OBS and I'm gonna go into settings and I'm gonna go to output and I'm gonna set up my record settings. These are different than your live streaming settings, so you can set a different profile for this if you like. Once I have my record settings proper, what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to click start recording. And I'm gonna record a very simple intro and a very simple outro for my video. What do you wanna do in an intro? You wanna introduce what you're going to be talking about. What do you wanna do in your close? Well, you wanna point your viewers towards another video that might be relevant for them, or even the live stream if you want to. You'll also see I have a bumper here, so we're gonna drag these in, and you can create a bumper or you can go and ask someone to create one for you. You can certainly pay for bumpers. They're not very expensive, and they're just kind of a little bit of branding for your channel. Eventually, you will get to the point where this is something you want. You don't have to have one, but I recommend it. Then what I'm gonna do is go ahead and listen to these clips.
Talking about blah, blah, blah. So, you know what? Let's get
And they're very simple, just a 5-second intro that once again tells the viewer what they're going to see. And then my branding bumper, which is less than 5 seconds. I'll put it in there and you can see what that is. Very simple. And I'm just going to drag this over and bump it up against that. And that is the body of our video. So we can zoom in just to make sure there's no spaces in between. And then I'm going to drag my close onto the end. And I'll put my playhead there and play it.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe this video, and click that thumbs up down below. It really helps me out if you want to watch.
So here, what I'm gonna do is go ahead and spread this out because I want to edit this up a little bit. I can drag this down so I can see the actual audio.
It really helps me
and I'm gonna go ahead and select the cut tool. And I can just cut this out just like we did our other video. And right click and ripple cut it, and we're just cutting out little pieces of the audio
if you like this
that we
video,
don't want.
You might really be interested in this video up here or this video up here, so be sure to check them out. Take it easy. We'll see you later.
All right, so we're pretty close. I want to go ahead and cut this piece out right here, and I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. We're going to use our cut tool once again. I'm going to cut right here. And when you can see the audio, it makes this a lot easier. We're just gonna go ahead and ripple cut that.
Now, take it easy.
And there we go. And we can also just cut this bit at the end. And once we do, I'm gonna go up and I'm going to select effects library in the top left, and then I'm going to go ahead and select video transitions. And there are lots and lots of preset transitions that you can use right out of the box. All you have to do is grab them and drag them into your video, and these will add a much more natural cut or transition from one video to the next. There we go. And if I click play, we can see what this transition is going to look like. And there we go. It just fades from one to the next. Now we'll go to the next intersection and we'll go ahead and drag another transition in here. When you're using two different types of video sources, sometimes it doesn't like to work the way that you would think it would work. So just keep that in mind. And let's delete that one. Let's go and use another kind of cut. Let's try this push cut right here. So we'll drag that in here and you can see that it pushes out the old and brings in the new one. We can modify this up to shorten up the space in between the bumper and when I talk. And there we go. We have very little space, but we also deleted our cut. So let's go ahead and drag the transition down here again. And there we go. And there we go. So now we're actually talking over the end of the bumper. Everything flows properly. Now we're just gonna move to the end of the video and we're gonna fix all these cuts back here. I'll select all three of these clips and bump them up there. And we're gonna notice that I don't really like how this might work, or if you do like it, then you can change it up. There are all kinds of different options for you to select different ones. So if you want to get rid of it, you just select it and click the delete button. Now you can edit these in lots of different ways, but this gives you a little bit of a start to understand how to do it. Next, we're going to go down here to the bottom right and we're going to select the rocket ship. And then this is where we're going to export our video from. We go ahead and we just name our video in where it says file name. We want to go ahead and select the location where we want to export our video. And then you just want to make sure that it's QuickTime H.264 and that our resolution and frame rate are the same as the video that we just edited. And then you can just click add to render queue. And then over here on the right, we just click render all, and it will render out all of the videos that we just created if there happen to be more than one. And it's that simple. Now we have a video that's ready to publish, and you can do this in 5 or 10 minutes. Once you get through the process. It's really pretty simple. Now with this video, go back to the things in step 1. Use TubeBuddy to get your keywords and titlings. Create an epic thumbnail and publish the video. Sometimes you can get 2 or even 3 videos out of one live stream. And you need to do these things to help drive traffic to your channel. You're gonna grow 3 times faster following this process, so trust me, it's well worth it. Now, it's really important to have your channel set up properly to help YouTube know what your content is about. To learn more about the proper way to set it up, you should check this video out right here. And if you're always looking for tools, tips, and tricks that can help make you a better YouTuber or live streamer, subscribe to the channel. My name is Michael Fire Jr. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.